Hey, what's going on, Leos? Butch here. I'm going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we got for Leos? What are going on for the Leos? For the Leo's universe. All right, Leos. So the first thing that I see, Leos, I feel like the energy that's coming in around you, I feel like it is a past energy. I feel like this is someone from your past. I mean, first and foremost, we have the Six of Cups. I feel like this is someone that in the past, I feel like you had a connection with them, but I feel like they were always, very defensive, very guarded, with that self-imposed prison of the Eight of Swords, having the key and not letting themselves out. I feel like they didn't let this progress. I feel like they didn't give you enough. I feel like there was a lot, the attention was there. They gave you a lot of attention. I feel like, there was a lot of physical energy, but I feel like when it really came down to it, it felt like their energy was kind of holding you back. It felt like they were holding back. And I feel like that's why this never really progressed. I mean, I get the sense that this person wasn't kind of an overthinker, is what I'm seeing. We have that Five of Cups. I feel like this person was always looking at the negatives instead of the positives. I feel like this person, they didn't seem sure about what they wanted. And the last thing you wanted was this half-ass energy around you. If you ain't here for me, then you ain't here for me. And that's it. I feel like with this person, like I said, I feel like there is a lot of distance between you, and I feel like they didn't show up when you needed them to show up. Simple as that. I feel like this never moved forward because it had nothing to do with you. It was all on them. I feel like they didn't see what was there. They didn't see what was happening. They didn't understand the connection. But I feel like this person, you and this person, basically what I'm feeling is this person didn't acknowledge the connection that was right in front of them. They were overthinking it. I feel like this person, they were looking too much into it. But like I said, there's a very pure connection that you have with this person. There's a very loving vibe. And what I do see with this person is I feel like they've never walked away from this. They haven't let you go. They haven't lost the feelings for you. And I feel like that eats at them. I feel like their feelings for you have only grown in this time. I feel like there's an internal struggle within this person, and it's been there for a very long time, even when this was going in the past, even when they were, you had something going with this person, they had an internal struggle. They wanted to give you more, but I feel like it's pride came into play. I'm feeling a lot of pride, almost like they could show you, or they felt like they showed you enough to keep you around, But I feel like that was one of their biggest mistakes is you don't show a Leo enough to keep him around. It's not how Leos work. I mean, I'm a Sagittarius sun and moon, but I'm a Leo rising. You know, I feel like they didn't show you enough appreciation. I feel like they just gave you enough, and I feel like that just wasn't enough. But I see an incredible bond that you have with this person. You know, there's a very strong bond. I mean, we have the Lovers card and we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, this is a bond I don't think that could ever really easily be broken. You know, and I feel like it's much deeper than either one of you really knew because we never experienced it. You know, if we don't follow through, we'll never know how far it can go. And I feel like with you and them, this could have went really far. You know, I'm seeing a very strong soulmate connection here with you and this person. Now, speaking of moving forward, you know, like I said, I feel like this person's never really let you go. You know, I feel like I do see this person opening up communication with you, and I don't feel like it's going to be a big surprise because I almost feel like you knew they were coming back. You knew it wasn't done. You know, I feel like it was more of a failure in the past. It was a failed attempt, but it wasn't the last attempt. You know, we have that eight of wands opening up the communication, and that three of wands. You know, it's almost like you knew they were coming back. You know, you weren't going to force them to come back. You weren't going to make them come back, but you knew deep down that they'd be back. You know, you knew it wasn't over. You knew that wasn't the end. You know, I feel like both of you knew that there was something more between you, but you're the only one that actually embraced it. Like I said, I don't feel like it's going to surprise you, this person coming back. I don't feel like it's going to surprise you at all. You know, I feel like there's a sense that you knew you'd be together. You know, with that World card, feeling like that's where you were meant to be. You know, like I said, this person adored you. They gave you attention, but I feel like they gave you only enough to keep you there. And it wasn't because they didn't want to give you more. It's because they didn't want to overdo it. You know, I feel like the connection, part of the connection scared the shit out of them. They were afraid. You know, they were afraid to be real. They were afraid to put it all on the line. And it's only caused them regret. Like I said, they haven't walked away from this. They don't want to walk away from this. But what I do see is I see a lot of change in this person. I see this person seeing things in a different perspective. I mean, we have the Six of Swords, which is all about that change. You know, a lot of big changes have happened for this person. And I feel like a lot of the changes have transpired from the fact that I feel like this person's finally seeing things in a different perspective. You know, with the Hangman, it's all about perspective. It's like that old saying, you know, change the way you look at the world and the world you're looking at will change. Something along those lines. I think I screwed that up majorly, but you get the gist. You know what I mean? It's sometimes things aren't the way you see them. And I feel like they were seeing it all wrong. You know, sometimes we get into a relationship, and especially when it becomes very serious, when there's serious amount of feeling between the two of you, sometimes people get scared. Sometimes people overthink, they overreact. I mean, partly this person wasn't ready before. They weren't ready to give you everything, and if, you know, that wasn't enough. That's not enough. If they can't give you everything, you know, nobody can expect you to accept a half-ass offer. And I don't feel like even you expected, you know, you weren't expecting to take a half-ass offer either. But like I said, I feel like a lot has changed with this person. I feel like the time apart has caused this person to been feeling defeated. A lot of late nights, a lot of anxiety with that Nine of Swords. You know, I feel like they know whose fault it is. I feel like you both know. But like I said, I do feel like this person, I mean, we have the King of Wands. I feel like this person's going to come back in a big way here. And we also have the Queen of Wands. So I feel like this person is going to chase you. You know, I really don't feel like this person's going to take no for an answer. You know, and they're going to do whatever they can to get to hold on to you. You know, they're not going to make the same mistake twice, Leo. You know, they're all about that win, and they see you as that win. They see you, you know, you and them together. They see balance. They see that winning connection, something they didn't see before, or at least they didn't want to see. Like I said, a lot of fiery energy between you and them. And like I said, I feel like you're going to see a total different side of this person. No more hidden agendas, no more games. You know, with that Seven of Swords in reverse and that Queen of Swords upright, I feel like this person's coming back, and they're coming back to your mercy. You know, they're coming back and putting it all on the line. Something they could have done before, but they didn't. But like I said, with seeing things differently and all those big changes with this person, they know there's nobody else for them. They know without a shadow of a doubt, and that's why they're back. They're not going to lose you twice. And like I said, them coming back, I feel like you kind of knew it was coming. I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised how much changes this person have gone through. You know, how much this person's... And it's solely... Most of the changes this person went through was perspective. You know, sometimes we meet someone and we fall for them. And I mean, I feel like this person fell hard. I mean, the whole time of this separation or this distance between you guys, they've been only fantasizing about you. They haven't been able to let you go. Like I said, with that Eight of Cups in reverse, they haven't been able to let you go. This is not something that someone just walks away from. I mean, they want to make you happy. And I see them doing that. You know, I see a completely different side of this person. And like I said, they're putting in a lot of work to come back to you. And I mean, when they come back, I mean, like I said, no hidden agenda, no lies, no bullshit. They're putting themselves at your mercy. I mean, we have that family card and we have that four of Wands, building that strong foundation. This is what this person wants. You know, authentically, this person wants to be with you. Authentically, this person wants to be happy with you. You know, and this person only thinks about you. And like I said before, you know, you're the only one on their mind. There's nobody else for them. With that Seven of Cups in reverse, there's nobody else. Absolutely nobody else but you. You know, like I said, this person, I feel like it was just a failed attempt. You know, in the past, I feel like it never went anywhere because it, you know, we chalk it up to a failed attempt. You know, we both weren't all in it. We didn't give it all. And when I say we, I meant mostly them. But there's a completely different side of this person coming out. This person knows what they lost. Sometimes we have to lose everything in order to understand anything. I mean, we have the Fool card, finally taking that leap of faith. And I feel like taking that leap of faith is what's going to make you both happy. I see a lot of happiness in your future. You know, I feel like this is where you were meant to be. I just feel like it, you know, I feel like you're reading the same book. You were just on different pages before. You know, with this person, we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But like I said, this person adores you. And they fell hard. And I feel like, and not to give them an excuse, but I feel like them falling hard really scared the shit out of them. You know, sometimes we get in relationships. I feel like it was more of a physical thing that brought you together. And once they realized there was something more, they started getting worried. Because then there was a potential loss. They started to see the potential in your relationship. They started to see the potential in you. And when they went, the more potential they saw, the more it terrified them. But I mean, just for a little bit of story time, I have kind of a, you know, it's kind of like one of those things where, I mean, when you're with someone and fear comes involved, and sometimes you start acting a little different because of fear. Maybe you don't give them everything you have, and then when it doesn't work out and you feel like you lost the person, that can be one of the hardest things ever, because the fact that you knew there was more for you to give. It's like thinking about being in a, say there's a big race coming up. You're in the race. At the end of the race, you're just behind the person at first. And then and at the end of the race, you're still not tired because you didn't give it all. You know, someone else beats you to they get first, and you come in second, and the whole time afterwards, you're thinking about, why didn't you give more? Why do you still have more in the tank, but you didn't give it? And it's that shit'll eat away at you. And a relationship's the same way. If you leave a relationship with still shit in the tank, that shit'll eat you up. You should put it all on the line, no matter what. If you get hurt, you get hurt. But at least you put in the effort. If you give 110% and you fail, then you can always look back and say, I gave 110%. If you give 80% and you fail, you keep thinking about, what if you gave that other 20%? And trust me, that shit'll eat at you for, forever. Like I always say, being with someone and getting rejected, putting everything in and getting rejected. Rejection sucks. It really does. And that shit'll last. It can last months, it can last years. But regret can last forever. Don't ever regret going all in. You'll never regret that. It'll never be a long-term regret. A long-term regret is not giving everything you had and knowing that you could have done more. In life. That's not just in emotional relationships. That's not just in romantic relationships. In life. There comes a time when you look back on your life and regret the things you didn't do. And that regret takes up a lot more time than the regret of things you did do. And the older you get, the more that shit affects you. And that's why it's really, I see it a lot. People that tried before, they dated before, they were friends before and hooked up, and then it never really worked out, even though both people wanted more. I see it a lot where people get back, give it a second chance. As long as we still draw breath, there's a chance. And real connections don't just go away because it didn't work. But like I said, in the past, I feel like it was just, we chalk it up to a fail. But it's like anything else. Just because you failed doesn't mean it wasn't meant to be. If you don't give it all, but like I said, things like that will haunt you. And the last thing I want for anybody is to not give it all. I mean, I've been guilty of it in the past. I've been in situations where I didn't give everything I had, and it still bugs me, and I don't want that for you. I want, not only am I here to do, see what the cards say and tell you what's coming towards you, but I also want the very best for everybody. And another thing I want to mention before I'm done here is I got a few emails of people saying, at the end of my readings, I usually tell everybody to stay safe. And somebody messaged me the other day and they said that, the pandemic's over, so you don't need to keep saying that. I've been saying that long before it happened, and I'll keep saying it. So be good. Take care. Stay safe.